Merry Christmas and Happy New Year on behalf of the Greater Fort Walton Beach Chamber of Commerce. It's me, Ted Corcoran, President and CEO of the Chamber of Commerce. It's the December version. It's my favorite TV show of the year because I get to introduce and chat and mingle with our past chair, our current chair, and our chair-elect, kind of like the ghosts of Christmas past, future, and present. Nice to have you all here, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
It's been fun. So let's start off with Tammy. Tammy, we're here with our good friends Jerry and Sean. Let's share some examples to Bill coming in as to how much fun it has been to do the show.
Oh my gosh. This show has been so much fun. In fact, the most fun part of the show is at the end when you're trying to cram in, I think 12 seconds worth of introduction into the show. That's where the bloopers will come about with my tenure. But it was very fun. You know, you get to meet a lot of people throughout the year, and it's just a great way to tell the story of those folks.
Absolutely, and you've done a great job. It's been like evolution, like Johnny Carson from his first year and then 25 years later. Now, your man next to you, L.A. Woodall, our past chair, L.A., you also had fun on the show.
We did. It was a great opportunity to talk about things that were going on in the community and learn more about what will be happening with some of our chamber members. Fortunately for me, I never had any bloopers, so that wasn't really a problem.
I made up for those, LA.
So, Bill, you know, these folks have kind of apprenticed you through the year. Did they tell you about the show when they first asked you to be chair?
You know, it's funny. Tammy had so much fun, yet she waited till last week to tell me I've got to host the show next year. But I'll set the record for bloopers, I promise you.
So it's going to be good. So as I look across at L.A. Woodall, this is officially your last month of leadership on the executive board and your last official duty on behalf of the past chair. Thoughts as you look back on it?
It's been exciting, Ted. It's been 8 solid years now.
Right.
That not just from a membership standpoint, but also working as chair of the ambassadors and being part of the ambassadors for a couple of years before that. And then follow that up with serving Lisa Jo Spencer and Martin Owen and Mark Hamrick on their boards and executive boards, and then being chosen as the chair. So I was then incoming chair, and now outgoing. It's been a lot of fun and a lot of meetings, a lot of experiences, a lot of memories over the last 8 years. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. While you hate to see it come to an end, it's somewhat bittersweet. It'll be nice not to have to wake up and see you at 7:30 in the morning 3 times a month.
So very nice, thank you.
So it'll be a nice break and change in my schedule so that I can reflect back on some of the things that are important to the ARC of the Emerald Coast and how I'm going to better serve them with this additional spare time I'll have.
Well done. I mean, you certainly benefited the ARC immensely and obviously the Fort Walton Chamber of Commerce for 8 years. The longest tenured executive board member ever. L.A. Woodall. Do you think, you know, Christmas Carol is my favorite show, and the one scene they have the crutch of Tiny Tim against the, you know, with that kind of what happens if.
Right.
In this case, do you think we should have a Sharpie leaning on a chair at our meetings from here on out?
Yes, I think we should.
I think that'd be a good thing, kind of an honor of L.A.
That's right.
Because his lovely bride, Pam, is joining the executive board next year under your leadership. So we're not shaking the Woodalls in general.
Oh, they'll be around. They'll be around.
So let's talk about next year, Tammy. Your official last duty will be the annual installation banquet. Let's talk about what we're happening this year on that.
Okay, so this year, rather than having a separate annual banquet, we're going to combine that with the First Friday Coffee. That way it'll give everyone an opportunity, you know, who normally wouldn't come to the annual banquet to be able to see and recognize the people
Right.
who, you know, have contributed a whole bunch this year. So we'll be going over giving out awards and that, you know, at the annual banquet.
It'll be fun. So it's going to be on Friday, first Friday in January.
Yes.
Of January 6th, 2017, not too far off. And you'll be making a speech.
Will I? That's another thing you haven't told me.
I think you should work with L.A. on it. He's very good at speeches.
Well, I'm excited about the installation of the First Friday Breakfast because that's where we get to honor Tammy.
Oh.
And what a great job she's done. You know, I've got to follow her, and like L.A. said, Ron Grissom, Mark, and it goes on and on and
Right.
on. In fact, my uncle was chair back in the 60s, I think. I've got to follow her impeccable dress style. And I certainly don't want to dress like L.A. dresses. So, you know, there are a lot of options I have out there.
You know, it is fun. It is obviously you're all been voted on as leaders of our community, and we've chatted about that before with the Fort Wayne Chamber of Commerce certainly being one of the most influential organizations in the county because of your leadership. And what I've really liked is you all have started the reintroduction of a theme. So let's start with yours, LA. Let's talk about what your theme was during your year, and we'll work our way around and whether you felt you achieved that during your tenure.
Our theme for my year as chair of the chamber was to keep moving forward. And obviously, that simplified version is exactly that. We wanted to take all the projects and programs and committees that we were working on and progress those so that they grew and developed and reached the level of success that we had hoped that they would. I think that we did that with so many different things. I was certainly very proud of my year as chair of the chamber, but it wasn't me being the chair of the chamber that led us to that success that year. It was the teamwork from our staff, who are some of the hardest working folks that I've ever been around. They find ways to make the word teamwork more special every time you see them do something together. They really are the epitome of a team. And so it was the staff, it was our members who got involved in things like Women Connect, for example, was a committee that got started, and it's really grown and developed into something that I think is special to the ladies of the chamber now. They don't let me go to those meetings for some odd reason. I don't understand why, but they do seem to be flourishing and doing well. So the keep moving forward theme was a lot of fun to work with. We seem to be able to make it applicable to all those obstacles that we had to overcome. And we really enjoyed the year under that.
Yeah, it was a great theme. And Women Connect, one of the committees that's still going on, still going very, very strong.
Yes.
And even though you're not able to attend the meetings, they still refer to you as kind of the Hugh Hefner of the group in a very positive way. So, which is good, and you'll always be remembered that way.
Hence my pajamas.
That's the attire you're wearing today. So Tammy, continuing, you also, let's talk about Tammy's reign. You've been with the treasurer of the chamber since when?
Since 2009.
2009, right? So you
Yes.
also have been riding the leadership for a long time.
I have, and I've enjoyed, learning a whole bunch about the chamber and how it works within our community and how we help our businesses thrive. My theme in 2016, this year, is believing and achieving together. And I kind of took what, LA has, talked about, the teamwork. I think that's so important because we can do so much as a community by working together. Not one person, can do it all on their own. And so we, have a village, as we've heard before, and by bringing this community together, we can do so much. We've done a lot already. We're working on things, currently. And so our hope is that we will continue, and I believe we will continue working together and achieve things that benefit our community.
Which is a wonderful theme. And so great themes, and we love them, and they're very inspiring, and they're wonderful. Now, Bill, you've come up with a different theme, of course, but let's talk about you for a second. Certainly, Mayor of Fort Walton, County Commissioner for 8 years. Many people know you as a public servant, so now you're on the different side of things, certainly with Barnes Insurance, who has sponsored many great events, and we want to thank Dennis Barnes for all of his support and your entire staff there. But now you have this hat of leadership. Explain what your thoughts are and then what your theme is.
Well, again, last week Ted asked me, what's your theme going to be? And I said, theme. But, for 71 years, this chamber's been a constant in our community. Like Tammy says, it's taken the leadership on community affairs and just helping improve the quality of life in our community. That's one of the reasons I'm excited about being the chair next year. And like LA said, it's not going to be about me. It's going to be about the 2,000 members, the staff. But the theme is keep your eye on the horizon. And I think that's what our chamber's done. And it just kind of follows up on what these guys did. And it really is all about the members. I'm excited. Another thing they told me after we voted to push the list to the board of directors for incoming seven directors, that I had to call the ones that didn't make it. And that's when I realized how important this chamber is. The first person was angry. The second person I thought was going to cry. And then I realized, our chamber means a lot to a lot of people. And we've just got to give them that opportunity to be on a committee, to serve as a committee chair or whatever, to be involved and really get the value out of what this chamber's meant to be.
Yeah, that's wonderful. It is over 2,000 members, one of the largest organizations in Northwest Florida, certainly, and a lot of people would like to be in the leadership role, and many, many people would love to be the chair. It's a wonderful opportunity. What were some of the highlights of your chair, LA, that you recall?
We had a lot of fun with so many things. It's hard to isolate it, but I would say that during my tenure, we did increase our membership over 2,000. Now, that wasn't due necessarily to my leadership. We had membership drives going on for a couple of years attempting to achieve that goal, but it did happen on my watch. So it was really fun to see us go over that 2,000 mark and continue to grow and involve so many different people in our community in the Chamber of Commerce and listen to their ideas and concepts about where should we go and what we should do. So that was very exciting. We had the culmination of a few different programs as well, things like the Bud and Dory Day Trail that we were able to get completed, which has been very inspirational to our community to have that to remind us of our fallen heroes who go out there and put themselves in harm's way for our safeties and freedoms every day. So that was very important to us. The things that we've been able to do with the Doolittle Raiders has had a significant impact on me personally, where those men made so many sacrifices and dedicated themselves to us being able to live the life that we have. So while it was many and varied, it was fun, and we were having a good time doing it the whole year. We were able to serve the community. We were able to provide better insight to some of our elected officials in terms of where we needed to go. And so we felt really, really good about the fact that they were interested in what we had to say.
Absolutely. It was a fun year, and it's amazing that that you're going to be off the board. But the tears will come later.
Trust me when I tell you, you're getting the better half coming next year.
It is delightful. So we've heard from our past chair, L.A. Woodall. We're going to hear more from Tammy McGoy and Bill Roberts in just a moment. Stay tuned for more information from the Greater Fort Walton Beach Chamber of Commerce.